We have covered the dangers, we've reported the risks. You pop a pill bought on the streets laced with fentanyl, and you could die within minutes. But as you saw in that body cam video that you just saw there's another drug that's out there saving lives if administered in time. And that's a big if, depending on who comes to your aid. CBS 5 investigates Narcan and where it's being deployed across our valley.
When somebody overdoses on an opioid, it knocks out their respiratory drive, their ability to breathe.
Fentanyl use is dangerous. It can shut down breathing. People always talk about respiratory arrest, but what they need to understand is many people go to sleep permanently.
2 body camera videos that are tough to watch. What you are seeing is in real time. 2 people in the death zone with the clock ticking.
What did she overdose on?
People think they're just taking cheap pain pills.
How many pills did he take?
But they end up, like the experts just described, minutes from death. These Tucson police officers are on the fentanyl front lines, and they see it far too often. But they are making a difference right now because they're armed with what many call the safe shot.
I just administered Narcan, and he's conscious again.
Narcan, the nasal spray that contains naloxone, is the rescue shot that's saving lives. When given a dose, a study out of a Boston hospital says 94% of overdose victims survives. It saved these 2 people in Tucson. Valley first responders tell us it's working for them as well. But there's a major catch.
If you get naloxone within a few minutes, you'll probably be okay. But after 4 minutes, the clock really starts ticking.
Brain damage quickly followed by death. That 4-minute window is a deadline in every sense of the word. But Narcan is giving people a second chance at life, and it's only been available to officers on Arizona streets for a short time.
This is an emergency. It's a public health emergency.
Back in June of 2017, Governor Ducey declared a public health emergency over the growing opioid epidemic. Included in the plan, training and deployment of Narcan, making it available free to any law enforcement agency. A year later in 2018, 63 departments across the state had Narcan and used it on over 400 people in the field. Only 9 of them didn't survive.
Have you been staying clean?
I have.
I know last time I talked to you, you had a little bit of issues with drugs.
Yep, nope, I'm clean.
Chief investigative reporter Morgan Lowe took us to Kingman last spring. Police officers there became the first in the state to carry Narcan. The impact, immediate. Last October, we showed you how the Attorney General's office was even showing Valley clergy and faith leaders how to administer the Save Shot. Narcan was quickly catching on. We asked nearly every police department in the Valley if their officers carried Narcan. From those that responded to our repeated email request, all of these cities highlighted said their officers carry Narcan.
This is a pretty unique spot. This is where 3 Valley cities converge. Down here to the south, the city of Tempe, home of ASU. Tempe police officers do not carry Narcan. Over this rolling hill is the city of Scottsdale. Scottsdale police officers have Narcan on them. But a few steps this way, I'm now standing in the city of Phoenix, home of the state's largest municipal police force. If a call comes in for an overdose, Phoenix police, with the exception of their EMT officers, do not carry Narcan.
No, the officers are not carrying Narcan. We work with fire. Fire is very readily available, so officers are told to call them. That's what they're the first aid.
Police are usually the first responders with the clock ticking.
Most opinion for medical purposes, CPR is what you really need. Manage the airway, manage the patient, call fire, and they can administer the Narcan if necessary.
It's a different mindset for Buckeye Police.
There was some hesitation about law enforcement carrying Narcan, but we went across the aisle, we spoke to our partners in the fire department and said, hey, this is good for everybody because we can get there faster as the police department. We can start treatment if it's safe for us to do so. And they can make that difference by giving that patient a few extra precious minutes before the fire department gets there.
With thousands of police officers statewide, what about the cost?
I think it goes back to the governor's declaration of the emergency and the fact that we were able to do this through grant funding and it didn't cost us anything. It doesn't cost the public.
Hello? Oh, hey, there we go. How you doing? There we go. Good morning. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works that quickly. Governor Ducey wants 85% of Arizona's population served by law enforcement agencies to have a Narcan program in place. No word tonight at Phoenix PD. The police department moving to equip all of their officers with that drug. Now, you can arm yourself or others with Narcan or other Noxalone products at your local pharmacy without a prescription. Here's where I'm going to show you how to do it. Right now, on our AZ Family website, we have put that story right there, right on top part of this page. When you open that story up, you can not only watch all of those body camera videos, and we want to thank Buckeye as well as Tucson Police Department, but you can click this link right there at the top. It's the National Narcan Map. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, you put in your zip code and take a look at this. I put in the station zip code. These are all the different pharmacies here in purple that carry Narcan. It is a prescription that you can get. It's anywhere from $20 to $40.